What's growing on, gardeners? On today's 2-Minute Garden Tip, I'm going to show you 2 things you should always put in your planting hole when transplanting vegetables out into your vegetable garden. And those 2 things are a granulated organic all-purpose fertilizer and an organic powdered bone meal product. All plants require 3 primary macronutrients to grow: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen is mostly responsible for leafy green and vegetative growth on a plant. Phosphorus is primarily responsible for root development as well as the formation of flowers and fruits, and potassium is largely responsible for the overall metabolic and cellular health of the plant. All fertilizer products are going to have an NPK ratio stamped on them, and that's going to be 3 numbers separated by 2 dashes. That represents the amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in that fertilizer as percentage of weight in the overall fertilizer product itself. It is very important that you amend all of your planting holes, no matter what you're planting, with some kind of organic all-purpose fertilizer, because it will contain all N, P, and K macronutrients that plants need to grow, as well as secondary macronutrients like magnesium, calcium, and sulfur, and some other trace micronutrients as well. This particular fertilizer product has an NPK ratio of 2:5:3. Anything around a 5:5:5 NPK ratio will do, generally speaking. While it does say tomato and vegetable on it, it's higher in phosphorus for increased fruiting for your fruiting vegetables. You can use this as an all-purpose fertilizer, though something around a 5:5:5 is, generally speaking, a little bit better. Bone meal, on the other hand, is a little bit different. It is made out of dried, ground up bones, and because of that, it contains immense amounts of phosphorus and calcium. As the bone meal decomposes in the planting hole, it releases all of those nutrients to the plants, which leads to incredible root development. As an added bonus, all of that phosphorus also helps fruiting plants, such as peppers and tomatoes, that flower and produce fruit. So this is my secret weapon for not only strong, healthy roots, but also incredible fruit production. It can also lead to larger potatoes, sweet potatoes, and other root vegetables as well. Just be aware that these organic fertilizers need time to decompose to become bioavailable to the plants. We add them to the planting hole because they take a while to break down, so they will slowly trickle feed your plants over weeks and months as they slowly decompose and release their nutrients. And the way that we're going to apply these fertilizer products is this. We are going to dig our hole, then we are going to add 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of the granulated all-purpose fertilizer to our planting hole, and then lightly mix it a little bit, and then we will take approximately 1 tablespoon of the bone meal product, and we will dust the root ball with that bone meal product, as well as dust the sides of the planting hole. And it's okay to do this because these fertilizers are not immediately bioavailable in their current form. They have to be decomposed by the soil bacteria, that microbiome, first to become bioavailable. So you may apply them directly like this. Then we simply bury our plants to the appropriate depth, and it's up to you if you would like to top dress the top of the soil with a little bit of additional fertilizer before watering it in and completing the process. Now is also the time where you'd want to amend your plants with anything like compost and mulch, which I highly recommend. For more information on transplanting, I will place a link down in the video description that is a complete guide on how to transplant seedlings out into your garden for maximum results. And while you're down there, if you're interested in any of the fertilizer products that I use in real life in my garden, I will place direct product links down in the video description for your convenience as well. And that's today's 2-Minute Garden Tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.